What if I told you the woman who doesn't chase is the one who stays in his mind the longest? Not because she plays games, not because she's cold or distant, but because her silence speaks louder than words. Her peace makes noise, and her presence, it lingers like perfume on his skin long after she's gone. You see, he may not say it out loud, but deep down he notices everything. The way she doesn't beg for his time, the way she doesn't shrink herself to fit into his world, the way she walks away with grace when she's not met with effort. That's not pride, that's power. And that kind of woman, she stays in his memory, even when she's not in his life. Seneca once said, "The man who is truly free is the one who does not chase." And the same is true for love. The one who stands still, rooted in her worth, becomes the rarest presence of all. He may be used to women who chase, who bend, who wait by the phone, who fill in the silence just to keep his attention. But when he meets her, the woman who doesn't chase, he meets something he can't quite figure out. She becomes a mystery, not because she hides, but because she doesn't offer herself too easily. And in a world where attention is cheap, she is expensive. Think of a flame. The more you chase it, the faster it runs. But when you sit still, it draws near. The woman who doesn't chase is that flame. She doesn't burn herself out trying to prove she's worthy. She lets her light do the speaking. And the man who sees it, he can't forget it. Because real attraction, deep and lasting, isn't built on running after someone. It's built on energy, on presence, on knowing you are the prize. And when a woman begins to live like that, when she stops moving toward the one who isn't moving toward her, something shifts, not just in him, but in her. That's when she becomes untouchable. And maybe right now, you've been that woman who chased, who gave too much, who waited too long. But that ends today, because you are not desperate, you are not forgotten, you are not broken. Lovely woman, you are becoming a queen, one who doesn't beg to be chosen, one who lets love meet her where she stands, one who knows the woman who doesn't chase, doesn't lose, she reigns. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of the strength you've always had but maybe forgot for a moment, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, pouring our hearts into every word, working hard to create powerful content that speaks to your soul and helps you rise, because you deserve to be reminded of who you truly are, every single day. Number 1. He loves the silence that doesn't beg because it forces him to listen to what he's losing. Have you ever noticed how quiet can hurt more than words? How silence, the kind that doesn't explain, doesn't beg, doesn't chase, can feel louder than any scream. That's the silence he remembers. That's the silence that keeps him up at night. Not because she's angry, not because she's trying to teach him a lesson, but because she's done explaining her worth. She's done waiting for him to realize it. And that silence, it's the sound of her walking away. He expected her to call. He thought she would text first. He assumed she would be there, just like always, ready to fix things, ready to try again. But this time, she said nothing. And in that quiet, he started hearing everything. Every ignored message, every moment she gave more than she got, every tear she never let him see. Now, the silence that once felt peaceful feels heavy, because it's the silence that tells him she's not chasing anymore. There's a reason a man remembers the woman who didn't chase. She becomes unforgettable, not because she tried harder, but because she knew when to stop trying. She becomes rare, not because she was hard to get, but because she had the strength to let go. And that strength, it shakes him. A woman's silence isn't the absence of love, it's the presence of self-respect. Let that be the truth that sinks in. When she stops talking, when she stops explaining, when she chooses her peace over his confusion, that's when he realizes he's losing more than her voice. He's losing her soul. Think of a candle in a dark room. It burns quietly, giving light, giving warmth. But if no one protects it, if no one appreciates it, it goes out. And when it's gone, the darkness feels even deeper than before. That's what happens when a woman who once loved loudly decides to go quiet. She doesn't disappear. She becomes a memory he can't replace. And if you've been that woman, giving, explaining, chasing, this is your moment. You are not weak for going silent. You are powerful for choosing peace. Beautiful lady, your silence is not empty. It's full of power he never expected. You are not broken. You are just beginning. Write this in the comments and claim it. My silence speaks louder than my chase. Queens, if this message touched your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you truth, power, and life-changing lessons, because you were never meant to chase. You were meant to reign. Number 2. He's drawn to her peace because it shows she doesn't need him to feel whole. Have you ever noticed how quiet confidence can shake a room louder than shouting ever could? How the woman who doesn't chase, doesn't cry out for attention, still stays on his mind, even in her silence. He may not admit it, but what draws him in deeper than beauty or charm is peace. A peace that doesn't beg, a peace that doesn't cling, a peace that tells him she is already whole. She doesn't rush, she doesn't force, she doesn't panic when he pulls away. And that unsettles him more than anything, because he's used to attention chasing after him. But now he's met a woman who doesn't run toward him. She simply stands in her power. And the more she stands still, the more he finds himself drawn to her light. Marcus Aurelius once said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." And a woman who has found peace in her own soul becomes irresistible in the eyes of a man who's used to noise. She's not trying to fix him. She's not trying to complete a story. She's already written her own. And that confidence, that wholeness, he sees it, he feels it, and whether he says it or not, it keeps him coming back in ways even he doesn't understand. Think of a garden in the middle of a desert. Everything else is dry, rushing, desperate for water. But this garden thrives, not because someone constantly waters it, but because its roots run deep. That's her. She doesn't depend on him to feel alive. She is her own source. Her love is not a craving, it's a gift. And if he can't recognize that, she doesn't chase, she walks. Maybe you've given too much before. Maybe you tried to prove your worth to someone who never really saw it. But hear this, beautiful woman. You were never hard to love. You just forgot how to love yourself first. And when you finally do, that peace will be louder than any words you could ever say. You are not broken. You are becoming. The woman who doesn't need to chase is the woman who always stands out, because when peace walks into the room, the noise falls silent. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My peace is my power. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that awaken your truth and lead you back to your throne. You are not chasing love anymore. You are becoming the woman who reigns in it. Number 3. He secretly aches for her self-respect because it shows she will never settle for half love. Have you ever noticed how fast he loses interest when a woman gives everything too easily, but stays hooked on the one who knows when to say, no more? He may never say it out loud, but deep down, he aches for the woman who walks with self-respect. Not the one who chases, not the one who pleads, but the one who sets her standards and doesn't lower them for anyone, not even him. He may act like he wants attention, like he needs to be chased, but the truth? What stirs his heart is the woman who knows her value and refuses to settle for half love. She doesn't stretch herself just to be enough for him. She doesn't keep proving she's worthy because she already knows she is. There's a quiet kind of power in a woman who doesn't chase, a strength that speaks without shouting, like a locked door in a world full of open windows. He knows there's something behind it that not everyone gets to reach. And that mystery, that strength, it haunts him more than any words ever could. There's an old saying, don't offer the world to a man who wouldn't cross the street for you. And queens, that couldn't be more true. A man may be flattered when you chase, but he falls in love when you choose yourself. When you stop showing up for the love that doesn't show up for you. Imagine a diamond placed in the middle of a sidewalk. Everyone walks by, touching it, admiring it, but no one values it. It's too easy to grab. But now imagine that same diamond behind glass, placed in a velvet box, under lights that reflect every angle of its brilliance. Protected, priceless. That's the difference between chasing and standing still in your power. And he sees it. Oh, he sees it. Beautiful woman, you don't need to settle for crumbs when your heart was built for a feast. You don't need to fight for the attention of someone who doesn't know how to hold you. You were not made to chase. You were made to reign. So now, take that crown and wear it boldly. No more running after love. If he cannot match your energy, your effort, your soul, then he does not deserve a place in your story. Write this in the comments and claim it. I do not settle for half love. Let the world know, queens, that your days of chasing are done. We're here, working hard to bring you truth, healing, and the powerful lessons that will change the way you love, from now on, forever. Number 4. He respects her ability to walk away because it shows she knows her worth better than he ever did. Have you ever noticed how a man becomes more attentive the moment you stop fighting for his attention? Not when you cry, not when you explain, but when you quietly walk away. That silence, that strength. It shakes him more than any tear ever could. Because when a woman walks away without looking back, it shows him something he never expected. She knows her worth, even when he couldn't see it. A man might act like he's in control when he pushes you away. He might think you'll wait, that you'll chase, that you'll try harder to make him see what he had. But when you don't, when you take your power back and leave the door behind you closed, that's when it hits him. He realizes you were not just another woman trying to stay. You were the woman strong enough to go. Seneca once said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. But in love, walking away from the wrong man is the greatest act of courage a woman can take, because it means you are done shrinking. You are done proving. You are done begging to be loved in the right way. Imagine a bird that's been held in a cage for too long. She sings, she waits, she hopes he'll finally open the door. But when she realizes he won't, she stops singing and she finds the strength to fly. That flight, that quiet escape, that is what leaves him breathless. Not the song she sang in captivity, but the silence she left behind when she took back her wings. And maybe you've been that woman, waiting for him to choose you, trying to be enough, hoping he'll see what he's walking away from. But lovely woman, let today be the day you stop trying to be seen by someone who closed his eyes on purpose. You are not broken, you are not desperate, you are not forgotten. You are becoming a queen, one who knows her value, one who walks away when she is not met with effort, one who no longer begs to be loved because she already knows. She is love. Write this in the comments and claim it. I walk away with power, not pain. Say it, own it, live it. And if this spoke to your soul, if it reminded you that your worth does not depend on how tightly you hold on, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here to bring you the truth, the healing, and the lessons that help you rise. Queens, your time is now. Number 5. He craves her mystery because she doesn't hand over all of herself too easily. Have you ever noticed how he stares a little longer at the woman who doesn't give too much away, the one who doesn't rush to explain herself, doesn't hand over her heart in a hurry, doesn't fall just because he showed a little attention? He might not say it, but he feels it, that pull, that intrigue. He craves her mystery, not because she plays games, but because she holds power. And that power comes from not handing over all of herself too easily. A woman who doesn't chase doesn't throw her love like confetti. She doesn't pour her heart into hands that haven't proved steady. And while he may act unbothered at first, while he may pretend her distance doesn't matter, deep down, he feels the difference. He feels the weight of her restraint. He notices the strength in her silence. And the more she holds her ground, the more he wants to know her. Because men don't fall for what's easily claimed. They fall for what's deeply earned. A wise soul once said, "Mystery isn't about hiding. It's about being whole enough to not need constant revealing." That's what he sees in her. She's not unfinished. She's not waiting for him to complete her story. She is her own story, and every page he reads leaves him wanting more. Think of a locked treasure chest. The ones wide open are picked through and passed by, but the one sealed, the one untouched, the one that guards its value, that's the one everyone remembers. That's the one he dreams of finding. And the woman who doesn't chase, she is that treasure, not because she hides, but because she protects what's sacred. Right now, you may feel like holding back makes you lose him, but here's the truth, beautiful woman. It's the chase that makes him forget your worth. The moment you stop running, the moment you stop handing over pieces of yourself just to be seen, that's when everything changes. That's when you stop being an option and start being the desire he can't escape. And now, lovely woman, this is where you shift. This is where you stop giving and start guarding. You are not a puzzle to solve. You are a masterpiece to honor. You are not less for holding back. You are more because you know your worth. Write this in the comments and claim it. My mystery is my power. Let this be the truth you stand on, not just in love, but in life. Queens, we are working hard to bring you these life-changing lessons because you were never meant to chase. You were meant to reign. Number 6. He falls for the woman who doesn't chase because her love isn't desperate, it's divine. Have you ever wondered why the woman who doesn't chase always stays on his mind, even when she's no longer around? Why her silence lingers louder than 1,000 words? It's because her love doesn't beg. It stands tall. Her love doesn't rush. It knows its worth. And that, more than anything, is what pulls him in. He might not admit it, but he sees everything. He sees the difference between a woman who's trying to be chosen and a woman who already knows she's enough. She doesn't chase after his attention because her love is not built on fear. It's built on strength. And that kind of love, that kind of presence, it doesn't just attract a man, it changes him. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul remains unconquered when it does not allow itself to chase after what is outside." And that is exactly what happens when she stops chasing him. She begins to attract something deeper than attention. She begins to attract respect, desire, longing. Not because she tries harder, but because she lets go. Picture this. A rose in the middle of a field. It doesn't move. It doesn't beg the world to notice its beauty. It simply blooms, and those who are wise enough to see its worth come closer. That is her. The woman who doesn't chase doesn't do less. She just chooses not to beg for what should be freely given. And that choice, that power, he feels it in his bones. In relationships, there is a shift that happens when a woman stops chasing. He may not see it at first. He may believe the space she left is quiet. But soon, that quiet becomes unbearable. Because he realizes she wasn't just another voice in his life. She was the peace he never knew he needed. And now, that peace is gone. But dear lady, this isn't just about him. This is about you. You are not here to chase love. You are here to embody it. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to walk in it. No more shrinking, no more waiting. The love you give is not desperate. It is divine. And that divine love, it belongs to a queen. So rise now, dear woman. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you begin to reign. You are no longer reaching, you are rising. Write this in the comments and claim it. My love is not desperate, it is divine. Queens, we are here to bring you life-changing truths, to help you rise, and to remind you your love was never meant to beg. It was always meant to reign. Number 7. He admires her emotional control because it shows she reigns over her heart, not him. Have you ever wondered why the woman who walks away calmly, without shouting, without chasing, without begging, stays in his mind long after she's gone? It's not because she played hard to get. It's not because she was cold. It's because she showed him something he never expected. She controls her emotions. He doesn't. He's used to seeing tears, arguments, panic, long texts filled with pain. But when he sees a woman who stays calm while walking away, who holds her head high without demanding closure, who chooses peace over drama, something inside him shifts. Because emotional control is power, and power is unforgettable. A Roman philosopher once said, "He who angers you conquers you." But the woman who doesn't chase doesn't get conquered. She doesn't give him the satisfaction of seeing her fall apart. She feels the pain, yes, but she doesn't let it control her. And that shakes him. That makes him realize he didn't break her. He just watched her level up. Think of a storm, not the one that screams and crashes, but the one that moves with quiet strength, steady, focused, unshaken. That's what she becomes. And when he sees her holding herself together while he expected her to fall apart, he starts to question everything. Why didn't she fight for me? Why isn't she calling? Why does her silence hit harder than her words ever could? He doesn't say it out loud, but he feels it deep. That's the secret he'll never admit. He admires the woman who doesn't chase because she shows him that she doesn't need to be chosen to know her worth. And maybe right now you've held back tears, bit your tongue, walked away when everything inside you screamed to stay. But that strength, that is your crown. Beautiful woman, you are not cold, you are focused, you are not heartless, you are healing, you are not weak, you are a queen learning to reign over her heart, not hand it over to the wrong man. So rise, don't let him see you lose yourself, let him see you become the woman he cannot reach anymore. Write this in the comments and claim it. I reign over my heart, not him. Let this world know that from now on, you lead your emotions, not the other way around. And queens, if this message stirred your soul, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working every day to bring you life-changing words, because your reign is not a dream, it's a decision.